Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about speed and velocity and how to calculate them. So how do you calculate speed? The speed of an object is the distance the object moves per unit of time. So to calculate speed, divide the distance the object travels by the amount of time it takes to travel that distance. So speed equals distance over time. And the SI unit for speed is meters per second. So here's an example problem. A dog runs from one side of the yard to the other. The yard is 51 meters across. The dog takes 6 seconds to cross the yard. What is the speed of the dog? So I'm looking for speed. That's the one I don't know. And speed equals distance over time. The distance I know is 51 meters. I got that from the problem. And the time I can also get from the problem. That was 6 seconds. So I know that speed has to be 51 divided by 6. So I'm going to do 51 divided by 6 in long division. And since I already know that 6 doesn't fit into 51 an even number of times, I'm going to put 0.0 here so that I can get the decimal. So I know that 6 doesn't go into 5. So I'm putting a 0 up here as a placeholder. So next I'm going to see how many times does 6 fit into 51. So the answer to that is 8. So 6 fits into 51 8 times. 6 times 8 is 48. So to subtract 48 from 51, I'm going to get 3. So I have 8 with the remainder of 3. So to get rid of that remainder, I'm going to bring down the 0. So now I have 30. And 6 fits into 30 5 times. So I have 8.5, and then I'm going to subtract 30 because it fits into 30 an exact number of times. So now I have 0. So that I know that the dog was traveling at 8.5 meters per second. And that is my answer. So there's also average speed. So most moving objects don't travel at a constant speed. So if you go for a run, you're not going to run at the same speed the whole time. Sometimes you'll be running at a fast pace, other times you're going to be tired and you're going to slow down. So to calculate average speed, you divide the total distance traveled by the total time it took to travel. So average speed equals total distance divided by total time. And here's an example for that. What is the average speed of someone who walked 100 meters in 4 minutes, then jogged 60 meters in 2 minutes, then walked 40 meters in 2 minutes? So I'm looking for average speed, and I know that average speed is total distance divided by total time. So here are the numbers that I know. Distance 1, distance 2, distance 3, I got all of those from the problem. Same thing with time 1, time 2, and time 3. So we have 3 different distances, 100 meters, 60 meters, and 40 meters. We have 3 different times, 4 meters, 2 minutes, and 2 minutes again. So average speed equals total distance, so 100 plus 60 plus 40 divided by total time, 4 plus 2 plus 2. So that gives me 200 divided by 8. So I'm going to do my long division again. 200 divided by 8. So I know that 8 does not go into 2, so I'm going to put a 0 if there was a placeholder. But 8 does fit into 20. It fits into 20 2 times, and 8 times 2 is 16. So I'm going to subtract 16 from 20. It's going to give me a remainder of 4. So I'm going to bring down the 0, just like we did in the last problem. So now I have 40, and 8 does go into 40 5 times. So 8 times 5 is 40, so I'm going to take away 40, 0. So I know that that's my answer. So my average speed was 25 meters per minute, because we measured in minutes instead of seconds this time. Speed time graphs show the change in an object's speed over time. So this is a little different from a distance time graph. So when you're looking at graphs, make sure you pay attention over here. Does it say distance or does it say speed? This way you know which type of graph you're looking at. So this one is a speed time graph. So the diagonal line going upwards from A to B represents that the object is increasing speed. It started at 10 meters per second, and over this many seconds, it's now up to 30 meters per second. The horizontal line on the graph from point B to point C represents the object traveling at a constant speed. So over this time interval, it's constantly traveling at 30 meters per second. Now from C to D, the diagonal line going down represents that the object is decreasing speed. So it goes from 30 meters per second, slows down to 5 meters per second. So velocity. Velocity is different from speed. So pay close attention to this little angry guy down here. He's mad when people say that speed and velocity are the same thing. It's because they're not. So to describe an object's motion, you need to know its speed and its direction. So velocity is speed and direction, not just speed. So they're different. Don't make this guy angry. So an example, speed versus velocity. Here's this car, it's going 30 meters per second. Speed only, I don't know what direction it's going. Over here, same car, same speed, but I also have this lovely little GPS that's telling me that the car is going north. So I know its speed, I know the direction it's going, so I know its velocity. Over here, I don't know its velocity because I don't know what direction this car is traveling. So for this, I want you to make 4 flashcards: speed, average speed, speed time graph, and velocity.